Okay. Just going to find the video. Jeez. Can't find nothing. Oh, there we go. Oh, is that us? Oh, jeez, it's got that silly string out thing. Right. Rightio. Are we here? I've got 3 people. That's a start. Now look, I adjusted that. Let's just see how that goes. On the phone screen, that gap down the bottom looked a lot smaller. Hello, Cheryl, Marie, Marlene, and Janice. Can we do a bit of a sound check? Can everyone tell me if that sounds okay? One of the neighbours was just using a piece of equipment just before, but I thought it might have been a blower. I didn't think it was something obnoxious. I have got the back door open and the fan on just so I can hear if someone starts using anything untoward. Sounds fine, says Janice. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So we're at 9 o'clock, which is, I know, early. I've already done the school run with Amelia Ann, so I'm getting there. Okay. Let's get here, says Maureen. All good, says Cheryl. Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Marlene. Thank you, Nikki. So I'm not going to say surnames because this is our 2nd anniversary of starting these online classes. Not a lot has changed, but not a lot has changed. I still have the same iPhone. I still have the same frame. I've got lights. They're cheap because, you know, we're on a shoestring budget here. I'm using my Kiki K calendar from 2020 now, not my backing board, which is long since been, you know, gone. We're using our Scrapbox this week, so that's what we did in our first week in week 12 of 2020. So congratulations to anyone that's watched every video. Interesting times because there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Last count was over 600, so I'm just not going to count. I haven't counted them for months, like since last year sometime. So yeah, we're all here, I think. There's 7 of us. So what I'm doing is I thought I'd do something different today, and I am doing the we're live streaming to YouTube at the same time. So I'm only going to say first names, and whatever I talk about my family, so be it. You know, hopefully nothing too bad. So it's live streaming to YouTube, which kind of will, you know, like eventually one day we might actually make an additional income out of YouTube in a million years' time. I just, you know, we only need another 819 followers on YouTube. Oh no, 817 followers on YouTube. I don't think we're ever going to get to monetization on YouTube, so that's not what it's about, obviously. It's just about getting the word out there, and we do have a few customers that don't do Facebook or on a bit of a Facebook like diet, so not doing Facebook, but then they can still watch the class on YouTube. So that's the plan. We better get down to it. So this class kit went live again, so I know some of you wanted it. It's the Savannah from Stamperia. So the kit went live. There's a few left. I know a lot of you went nuts on it over the weekend. So there's a few kits left. See how that goes. We'll definitely just keep, you know, like some of the kits are over a year old. And what I do is I just keep restocking the stuff because, you know, people start scrapbooking or find us every day. So it's not like we're not a one run and done kind of a operation. So we've got that one. And then this kit has sold out from last Wednesday, but if you're going to watch the video or you bought a kit, the link on your video is going to be like the QR code is going to be to YouTube, because there's a correction in it at about 45 minutes. So remember when I put the bits of chipboard together and I taped them, instead of putting one piece between, it's meant to be two here, two here, two here, two here. I've lost sleep over that. I actually have lost sleep over the fact that I've lost sleep over the fact that I did that wrong, and yes, that will prevent more cracking. So I have got a note on the Facebook video with a link to the YouTube one, but I can't edit Facebook ones. For the YouTube one, all I can do is put writing along the bottom. So I've done that. And then this was Friday night. I think Clinton's making kits for this today. But after this class, we started early because what I've got to do is I've got to get Noah to his, it's exam week, and he's in year 10. It's crackling again. Why is it crackling? Okay. It's exam week. So he's on flexi time, and what that means is he, he doesn't start school till his exam, and I wonder what's doing it. And it's psychology this morning, so I've got to drop him off after this class. Some here, I hear some crackling. So it wasn't crackling at the start, and it's crackling now. Let's try with the headphones and make sure it. I'm not happy. Not happy, Dan. Quentin's wondering if it's the iPhone update that I did. We actually listened to a friend's. Oh, here. We actually listened to a friend's video on the weekend. Is that any better? And hers was crackling as well. So we wonder if it's the iPhone update. Now, see, I hate this thing. Right. Is that better or worse? No. No, not better, or no, not worse. Sorry, Cheryl. I'm sure his exams will go well. He's got to stay still crackling. Yay. Hey, Noah. No, you would have just turned a pop sound then, but manageable, says James. Noah. Here. Are you using the internet?
No.
Could you just go in the backyard and see if you can hear if someone nearby is using any equipment? Or if you can hear a humming sound, or just go for a wander out in the yard. He did have a negative test this morning. He wanted me to test him before he went back to school. Okay, I took them off because they're annoying. Okay, so we're using our scrap boxes this week. And that's a bit big for a car. And what I thought, so no one's using anything out there. Nothing at all.
It's just tablets and apps.
Is the internet thing flashing or anything?
No, it's all green.
Not happy. I'm just not happy. Maybe it's when I stream to two places. But we did tests on Saturday. I don't know what happened to that. Okay, so we're doing scrapbooks, and I've got all these scraps. Nope. So when you're making a card from your scrapbox, like I've got a lot of things in here. I don't know why I'm picking out swans. Let's just be honest there. So the place I start from, and I've probably said something different before, is nowhere in central Queensland, there's bugs. Is I start from the focal point, like the thing that I want to be the feature, like whether it's something like this, and then I decide what sentiment. Do you know what I mean? Like I start from the point where I know what I want to say and what I want to be the feature thing on it. Do you know what I mean? Like whether I want that and travel, or we've got all these words, hugs and kisses, or family time, wedding wishes. That's not bad. That is from the linen story from Lemon Craft when we did our maybe it's my voice that's causing it. I think it was week 6. Right. So it's finding and I've got a time limit on this class. It's finding a focal point. It's finding something that is a starting point, and you go, okay, well, I want that to be the feature of the card, and I want to say, I'm making a birthday card. So I bet you there's nothing in here that says happy birthday or have a great day. There we go. So these little word strips are really good for that. This is, I think there's a little bit from last year because we got these. These were from last year, weren't they? Maybe? No, they weren't. They were from a Friday night. This is my fussy cutting from the last couple of months. I've still got, fine. I've still got this bag of unfinished fussy cutting. This is all half, not finished fussy cutting from the last couple of months. Yeah. Because I usually pick out the easy things like leaves and the little flowers. I don't know when I did Devoted to Denim. But yeah. So I'm going to find something. Got to have a great day. Is it still crackling? We bought the plastic containers. Okay. I'm so sorry about the crackling. And here I am trying different things. This is called a pastry container, and it's a decor one. They are from IGA stores. It's a 2.5 litre, and the code on here is 1498, if that helps. But they're about, so let's see, they're like 3/4 of an inch high, and let's measure the base, that's the best measurement. They're like 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. So they're a good size. They're not 12 by 12, but it is a good size to put lots of bits in. Hey, there was a button there. Look, there's some flowers. Some roses under there. Where were they? Look. I saw that button. Where did that button go? Grab some more leaves. I usually cut the leaves out because they're easy. think that possibly makes me lazy. Like, means that I'm sort of a lazy person, but can't see that button. I saw a button underneath. Look at that. It's gone ski. Got lots of stuff in here. Got a clock. I don't know how many cards we're going to make. Let's try that one. So, it's got time left. Okay. I think I'm going to put a swan on it. Have a great day. I've got a couple of swans there. Right. Have a great day. Rightio. Okay. So the next thing is I've got all my cardstock scraps in here, and I'm going to try and find. Oh, look, that pink's okay. I'm going to try and find something that's got enough body. Ooh. That feels like alpine white. Oh, this is the linen stuff. Oh, there's a piece of pink. I don't know what it's from. Let's have a look. Looks like it's body cap. So the card sizes. So a 6x card you'll get out of a piece of 6-inch by 8-inch cardstock, right? Good morning. Hello, Beryl. Still able to follow. Crackling just stopped. So does it stop for everybody? What the hey? I do not know what's going on. I am concerned. Right. So, hey, Noah. Can I have a piece of typey paper, please? Yes, please. Probably should have got him to scribe, but he's meant to be studying. It's up to you. You should probably be studying or resting. Still gets really, really tired. Still crackling a little. Back again. Crackling's back again. It went and then it came back again.
Is that the video?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, like, people talk about a C6 card size. So that's like a 4-inch by 6-inch front. So you'll get that out of a 6-inch by 8-inch base piece. Then another size that's easy, I find easy, is like the 4-inch by 4-inch front. And you'll get that out of a 4-inch by 8-inch base. I know the next one's popular, so it's a 6-inch by 6-inch square front. Interesting concept. So it's a 6-inch by 12-inch base, but that costs you a large letter. So this is a large letter to post. And if it's more than like half an inch thick, it can end up being a parcel. But if you do a 5-inch by 5-inch, which creates a few scraps, and that's like a 5-inch by 10-inch base, and I know I forget to make this all the time, that is just a normal, it's $2.20 to post. Oh no, not $2.20, $1.10. Is it $1.10 to still post a letter? $1.10 to post. This is $2.20, which is a large letter, and this is $1.10 to post. So it's a normal letter, which is not so bad. But if you're sending hundreds of letters a year, it makes a difference. And if you're a pensioner, I think you only get the cheap stamps for the normal post. I'm not sure. Pam didn't see a difference. Okay. Bugger. What others are there? So half of this is a, so you do like a 3-inch by 4-inch gift card. And that's from a 4-inch by 6-inch piece. You can do other sizes. Like we've done little tiny 2-inch cards in a retreat before. But yeah, they're sort of the sizes I sort of try and stick to. Right, so we're going to be able to get what 10 by 9. Let's do a basic card. Yeah, we'll be able to fit that in. So, what I do, and sometimes I'll go through my Scrapbox and I'll go through and cut up the stuff that's worthy or able to be a card base. I'll go through and cut the card bases I can from it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can make a gift card from that. That's still usable. Trust me. I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, I'd go through and I cut up bases, and you know that looks like it's already cut to be a base. And then what I can do is when I've got time to make cards, which is not at the moment, so I'm just going to straighten this up. What I do is I then can just sit down and make cards, and sometimes I actually just give those to the school. So I'm going to do. So cut your big one first usually, which this is a bit wasteful. So that's a 6 by 8, and maybe we'll do a, what have we got here? So that was 8 by, well, it's not quite 4. It's not quite 4. We'll just take that into account. It's a 4 by 8. Let's pretend it's a 4 by 8. Put that back in there so I don't have to clean up later. Well, yeah. Let's try and make 2. So, I don't know if Dee's on class. What about a slimline tool card? Oh, so a slimline tool card. Now, so they are. So a tool card is. So a tool card, I usually start with an 8-inch by 8-inch base because it's easy, right? And then I do a 4-inch by 8-inch front. I think to fit in the envelope, it's something like 4 1/4 by 8-inch front, but I just find that if I just cut an 8 by 8 base and a 4 by 8, like I can get an 8 by 8 base out of a piece of A4 or a piece of 12 by 12, and then it's an easy measurement to work back from for my borders and frames. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we all know how obsessed I am with neat borders and frames. So I don't know if Dee is on here, but Dee and I share a friend called Dawn, and Dawn used to challenge. She used to live here. She used to live up the road from us, actually. Dawn used to challenge me to make different kinds of cards at Card Club, and one of the ones that she really challenged me with was, and I don't know what she called it. She had a really cool name, and it was, so it's just a card where everything is done on the base. So you do everything just on the base. You don't stick layers on it of cardstock. You don't have a piece you stick on it. It's just the base. It's not a one-sheet wonder. It might be a one-layer card, but she just had a really cool label for it, and it was just really awesome. I can't remember what it was, but Dawn's really cool. I don't think she makes cards anymore. Oh, I hope you can see this. Now I feel crackly. It stresses me out. I'll lose sleep over this whole video thing. So let's fold that in half. And I fold just short so that when you open the card, when you drag your hand against it, the front one comes forward. So it's, I don't even know if you can see that. But it's just, it's not even a millimeter. Right. So what are we going to do? So I'm going to try one of these cards that Dawn used to challenge me with. I got a clock. And have a great day. I'm going to cut this straight. I'm so sorry about the crackling. We did all those tests on Saturday and there was no crackling. It's not the equipment, we know that. It's not the phone. It's not the iPad. It's not the kitchen light. It's turned off right now. We did get a tube. We had a tube at work. We did eventually bring a tube home from work yesterday. Let's get some leaves. But, I mean, I can just stick this on here like this. But it's a bit boring as bat poop, isn't it? You know, that's a bit boring. But, I got a bag. So I bagged up my glitter card as well. It's a bit bright. Put around this. Let's use that brighter one. Dark one. There you go. It'll stop crackling like 5 minutes before the end of the video. We think it's a neighbour with a welder. I wonder if it's going to stop like at 9:30. Because we haven't had any problems with Tuesday morning classes normally. And we didn't have, like, on Wednesday, it crackled from the get-go. It crackled from the very first moment on Wednesday morning from 9 o'clock. We still don't have internet at the shop, but they're hoping to have us with sort of like bumping off the 4G network, which we all saw yesterday that we didn't really have much 4G, did we, at the shop when we were doing unboxing videos? Yeah. Didn't even have 1 bar of 3G most of yesterday at the store. But a couple of Mondays ago, I was only on SOS calling. So we've got this. Like, it looks really pretty. Like, you could just do that, but it needs something. So if you're going to do, like, you can't just smush on the background of this because it's just going to go wrinkly like a mountain range. So, coming from somewhere, it's still all good. I can still hear you well. Okay, it sounds like a loose connection somewhere. Yep. And, yeah. Quentin thinks it could be a welder or it could be something at the airport. because around the time on Friday night when it stopped is around when they closed the airport. Like, yeah. But it is very similar to when a welder interferes. Or like a ham radio set. Which you wouldn't be using that. It allows. Right. I'm going to move this cardstock out of the way. So, to get some colour on the background, I'm going to leave this here so you've got that to photograph. You've got to be sort of a bit thoughtful and a bit, a bit tricky. So what you could do, like you could stamp something on there, definitely, which I'm not going to, because I'm not going to go and rummage for a stamp. Let's take that. I'm going to try and find an ink pad. Let's find something that goes. Maybe ink. Maybe. I think these flowers are from, I don't know. My mind's gone blank. I've got a dark pink. I've got a bright pink, which is not very bright. Blue. And another dark pink. I've got a burgundy. I've got a blue purple. You could do some stenciling. So you could get a stencil like this and stencil it. Bit of texture. We might do that. I've got a hot pink. I've got a coral. I've got a coral flower. I've got a cherry. Let's have a go with those. And I've got a purple. Right. So you could be really brave and just swipe, which is scary. Like, that's just scary business. Let's get that piece that had stuff on it already. Let's get this bit. This bit's got stuff on it. So you could just do a swipe, but, then you're running the risk of getting it just right. So you could do a swipey thing like that, which is kind of easier with a dyeing, which is harder than a pigment, because pigment, you get more lininess, and you've got to, go like that. That one's nearly dead. So you run the risk of getting it dodgy, right? The other option is that you get a piece of plastic or a stamp. I don't know, there's a name for this too. So then what you could do is you could, do your bit on here. And then best to do a test, and then you stamp it. Like that. But remembering it's going to be lighter. So what we could do, let's try this. Let's clean that with a dry baby. Because we don't want to get water on here, because water's going to make it go wrinkly. So you want to try and make a, make a smoothiness. I don't know if you can see that. And then, but you can see it's not as perfect. So let's do that again. This time, okay, we are going to add a tiny bit of water. Well, that's not a tiny bit. And we're going to see. See, makes it probably too wet. You can't heat dry it, but it's not too bad. What's the second print like? A bit like I was at a psychologist and they were testing my brain. So that, with the dye ink, is probably our best bet. That's too juicy. It's nowhere near as bad as it was. Yeah. It's interesting. Like I say, Wednesday morning it started dead on, like we started the video at 9 and it was crackling from the beginning. So I've got this. And let's just, that's nearly dead. So we might use a stencil with that nearly dead one. But we want to get some colour down first. See, it did make it a bit wet. Other option, I need to show you different things you can do, don't I? Another option is to paint some colour on your block. You could use a plastic packet for this. Just going to put that in to dry. So you can see it's a bit wet. It could create wrinkling. If your cardstock isn't, and it's made a bit of a smushy pattern. I'm back at the psychologist again for a smushy pattern. If you had like a super inky, like a Tim Holtz one, and I know this is the wrong colour, you could do, you know, see? Now that's going to work. And if it starts to dry out, you just like, you know, you huff on it. Remember, it's going to be reversed. There we go. And then you can huff on that again, like with your breath. Geez, I don't have much of that. And it's not really. But yeah, I need a wet one. I just don't want to get this green on the card. It's just going to be like wolf on a woolly blanket. Put that up there and dry. So you can actually see the texture of the ink pad. I'm not a stamping expert, so don't, you know, please don't be offended by what I say. Okay, so I am thinking I'm going to do the dye straight on there, and then I'm going to do some stencil. Rightio. So we've got our thing of stuff, and I'm thinking from here to here, just sort of through here. So you sort of visualize where you're going to go, and then you start soft and And I sort of didn't start on the end. I sort of started part way in so that that's not too bad. And you can't heat it, remember, because if you apply heat to the card, it goes all wrinkly and then it's, I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, either everyone's disappeared or I know a lot of people didn't watch Friday night's video because of the crackling. They just couldn't stand the sound. So let's put our stencil on here and do just, this ink pad is nearly dead. We just want to do, we don't want really too perfect. A deadish ink pad is good for this. So when you, like, let's say your, there we go. So let's say your dark pink starts dying, right? And you buy a new one. Don't, oh, that is the really dead one. Don't go and chuck out the old one because you can get the new one and pat it on it to put a little bit of ink on it and recharge it a bit. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I'm just going to clean that off a bit. Because that pigment ink is never ever, look, that made a pattern. That pigment ink is never ever going to dry on that stencil. Ever. Right. Let's get that there to dry. See? So let's put this one on foam because now with the things that go on it, that's how we're going to create the interest. We need a tiny bit behind the head because we don't want the head to just get damaged. Either that or we need to stick the head down flat. And let's put some foam behind our words so that they sit up a bit. In there. Rightio. Our clock. I don't know what clock means. Put this bit off here. That must be a Scrap Boys leaf. Same on both sides. So is that one. And then let's stick this one under here. And I'm not going to cut a bit off it because it's going flat on the base of the card. Under there. I think straight is going to be better. I think that's straight-ish. Big risk with this is that you get muck on the back of the card. That's a bit of an issue. There we go. So I think this, yeah. I think this is Scrap Boys. I think this is a different Scrap Boys. This is Swan Princess. That's Lynn's story from Lemoncraft. Oh, they're my flowers. What are they? Flower Power? I think they are. I don't know. Life's a little much at the moment. Okay, so we've got our other one. So what was this? This was a piece that was 4 by 4. Well, it was almost 4. So what I do is so one of the ends, these ends, is going to be narrower. So the one that's narrower, and that's just how the world works, because I'm not perfect. We all know that. If I was perfect, I wouldn't have corrections in that video from last Wednesday morning. So this is going to be a 4 by 4, but let's make this sort of a bit more traditionally. I'm going to mark there. I might have to stick sequins on that. Let's do that. So I'm just going to delve in my fingered sequins here. Oh, look, there's a pink one. And another pink one. Let's find 3. That's a different pink. Nope. Yep. One's got a bulgy bit on it. Oh, that's a bit corally. 2. 3. So I can cover up the mark. I've got one there and one there. I think they're from the stencil. Let's put a little tiny bit of glue here. Just 3 sequins. They're big ones. There we go. Because I had a mark. Okay, so let's go back to our now see, I wouldn't use that on a little card like this because that piece is perfect for a photo mat. Shows that. That's not bad, size-wise, or while. So this is the middle out of a photo mat. Right. And then what we could do is use that, and then let's find a piece of white. Is this the same white? That looks like it's a card base, ready cut. Oh, there's a little piece. What about that? Oh, not bad. See, oh, that's going to fill that, isn't it? I am sending you warm wishes. That's big. That's really big. Good luck. Give that to someone that's having exams. Oh, look, thank you. Let's see what else we can find. What about we use some Runway princess flowers. That's too big. There's got to be more of them in here. Oh. Oh. Now you can cut the white edges off if you really want to. Like you could be pedantic if you so chose. Oh crap. Sorry. It wasn't nice. I know. Maybe not. Okay. Let's go back to the lilac. And then we could do like something more. Something. And thank you. What do we think? Let's give that a go. So we've got this little piece. So what do we got here? This piece is 3 1/4 inches. So we're making a little square card. So let's make that 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. There we go. It's a square. Now, it's only fractionally. So then let's get this bit and let's make it straight on 2 sides. Let's just make 2 sides straight and perpendicular. And so our white piece is 3 1/4 and our other white piece is 4. So let's make this 3 3/4. So that's nice and easy. Like that. And let's put a piece of pink in the middle, a 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. A bangle corner there. And that's going to be something when you go through your scrap box, you're going to find things that got, you know, bent corners. And sometimes you could use that to your advantage by just turning that corner over. So this is the point where I move the card base away so that I don't accidentally hack it up or get stuff on it. And what are we doing? We're doing thank you. I better read the comments. Everyone's still here having a craft room tidy up, says Marlene. Awesome. Still here. Thank you. Yeah, so it's just simple. So let's cut up our thank you. Is that straight? I could have put it in a trimmer. Oh, what's the time? Okay. It's only 10 o'clock. And let's cut the middle out of these 2 pieces because we need to keep feeding the scrap box so that we've got stuff to use in other projects. I set myself the goal to get everything caught up and get retreat kits and April kits out on Thursday. I don't know how I'm going to go with that. But what it's going to mean is when you get your invoice for your April kits, if you want them sent out with your retreat kit on Thursday, you will need to pay. And if you haven't paid postage for your retreat kit, you haven't got enough staff to get free postage, if you could contact us, that'd be really good, because we need to get that all underway before. So I'm going to stick that to the purple. And you right, mate?
Yeah.
And I try and eyeball it even, distance the whole way around, but I don't always get it right. Oh, yeah. Will do. Maybe just that. But it's looking a bit boring. It needs something in the background. So let's get our watercolors back. And we can do this because this is not our base. Although some people don't like wrinkly cards. Let's use clean water. Let's use pink, because we've got that pink mat. So let's do. See, the nice big brush gives nice big bits. Let's heat this. Actually, was just checking if anyone else has got crackling the other day, and someone turned their volume off when they used a heat tool. Well, that's a bit techie, but yeah, I can't do that. The phone is just not that technologically advanced. It would be better if you just let this dry naturally. If you left it to dry naturally, it would, be nice and flat and it'd be all lovely, but we don't have that kind of time. And if you heat it for a little bit and then you take the heat tool away, you'll find that when you come back, it dries quicker. I don't know why. It just does. It's pretty good now. Okay, so we've still got crackling, but not much at all. Okay, let's leave that to dry naturally now. It's nearly dry. And that sort of brings that pink mat in, which I have no idea why I used the pink mat. Let's just be honest. Okay, so maybe we stick these two together. which is I'm going to be like tacking, because this is glitter card. Remember, glitter card doesn't like to be stuck to other things on the front. We're going to have to tack it at the back with tape. We're going to have to use the tape on the back to straddle across. So you couldn't put a solid piece of glitter card behind here. You could try and glue it, but then you'd get a bit of wrinkliness. Wrinkliness. Tongue-tied today. Right. And then let's build this. So I think we might put our swan on foam again. So let's cut a bit for the head. Put that there. And cut a skinny bit from the neck so it doesn't get damaged. This is a card, remember. It's not just like a scrapbook page where it's going to sit in a sleeve nicely and behave nice. And let's put this sort of more off to the side here, and then what we'll do is we'll put this one over here on the side. So get a bit of foam for behind our sentiment. And we're going to glue that on there, sort of over to the side a bit. No point just completely covering it with our sentiment. But I'm going to stick this on once it's all said and done so that it's straight. So is that dry? Yep. Let's put some tape on the back of that. I need a bin that's closer, but I've got too much crud in close proximity already. I know I've turned it upside down, but I do like that. Oh, I do like that. I think I like that. So let's put tape on the back of this first. And we need to straddle across this join between the glitter card and the front pieces so that it holds them together and holds that glitter card attached to this. So that was it, wasn't it? They're like little pink fireflies. I don't know what they call them elsewhere. Oh, lightning bugs, they call them in the US. So, yeah, that's not bad. And then do we put it on an angle or do we put it straight? I like straight, but the angle is nice, but straight. Straight looks a bit more pleasing. So I'm just going to sit this here. There we go. And then I know we've used swans. I'm sorry. There we go. I bought a bit of pink. It's a slightly different pink, but it'll be right. I'll survive. Look at that. It's interesting. It doesn't crackle when you use the heat tool, only when you talk. Okay. Doesn't like me talking. Maybe I'll do silent movies. That's going to go down well, not. I used to get rid of the talking out of my videos that I used to put on YouTube. If you watch some of my really old ones, there's no talkie-talkie. I don't like the sound of my own voice. I'm going to be honest. So let's pop these bits back in here because, oh my gosh, I've got lots of crap in here. Lots of stuff. Good stuff. Two great cards. I don't know if we're going to make any more cards. I might need to go and get it organised. Do the school run again. So when it's all organised in bags, and these are our kit bags, when it's all organised in the bags, it's just, it all just goes back together. And I just have them all standing in a tub. I use a lot of white. But, you know, this is salvaged from a page, from a double page. So you can make, you know, you can make 1,000,000 cards out of this. You know, that's salvaged from a page. Oh, that's ripped out of a page. Oopsie. And then the pattern paper, we didn't even look in the pattern paper one. Like, this is just pieces of pattern paper. This is just psychotic. Make a lot of scraps we do when we scrapbook and make cards. Look, tidy. Some good tips. No problem with crackle for me. So Kathy didn't have any crackly problems. Kathy's up the road. Desley is in Gracemere, about 100 kilometres, or 100 or 120 kilometres, Desley, you reckon you are from us. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Beryl. Yeah, sign language. Oh, I haven't done sign language since I was a teenager. I do a tiny bit on Wednesdays, but not much. I can't remember a lot. Pretty cards. I didn't mean for them to be swan cards, but there was 1,000,000 things I could have done out of that tub. I need to make more cards because all my cards at the store are just about sold that I sell. I don't sell my class ones usually, unless people beg. But yeah. No problem with crackle for you. That's interesting. Pam said, good luck, Noah. I don't think he heard me. He's in his room. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you, Pam. I'm sure he'll do well. So it's psychology today, middle session, and then he's going along to watch the performances in music. That's it for anyone else. The music class isn't very big. So he's not performing his music today because he still struggles to play the piano. I don't know when his performance is. Probably next week. And then tomorrow in middle session. So psychology is middle session today. Tomorrow is math. So he's in the high math. Whatever that's called nowadays. We used to call it math 1, math 2. Then it was math A, B, and now it's, I don't think it's advanced math. I don't know what it's called. So he's doing math tomorrow in middle session, and that's all he's got. And then he's going to speak to a lady. I've teed up for him to go and speak to someone about work experience. And then Thursday, first up, I think he's got a religion exam, study of religion. So that's academic religion. And they study lots of different religions, not just Catholicism. The other religion is non-academic religions, just Catholicism. So, and then that's it. Because he's already handed in his poem he wrote, which was awesome. And he's done a science report on genetic modification. And he did something on eating too many carrots for, I think that was HPE for health. And design, he designed an app for design. So, yeah, the mind boggles. Big Noah. Yes, he'll do well. I'm sure, Kathy. Psychology, none of the other kids have done psychology. Milton wanted to, but it wasn't offered. It was only offered at 2 schools in Queensland when Milton went through, and he really wanted to do psychology. He should have a good day. So everyone's wishing you good luck, Noah. No noises from down the other end of the house. But yeah, so thank you very much for coming to class. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm very sorry about the crackling. I don't know what we're going to do. Wednesday night didn't crackle. I'm going to check if there's another iPhone update. It could be the iPhone update, but then it would crackle all the time if it was the phone. So we've done a lot of research and asked a lot of questions from experts. And if it was, he does study continually. Kathy, he does. If it was that, it would be, it's something happening external to here that's interfering, and we just don't know what it is. We narrowed it down to possibly a welder based on the times and that sort of thing. But yeah, so thank you very much. Take care, and we will we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for scrapbooking from those scraps. Who knows what I'm going to do. I don't know. I might have to have a look at something I did years and years ago. Maybe I might do that. I might go through my old class folder on my hard drive and have a look for something that old that I can scraplet. Does it crackle when you make calls? No, Nikki, it is great when I make calls. And yesterday, the unboxing videos weren't crackling. They just were terrible because we were on 1 bar of 3G at one stage and 1 bar of 4G for the other one. It doesn't crackle when I make calls, and it doesn't crackle when I bring it through the car either. So I was on the phone in the car this morning. Quentin rang me when I was doing drop-off. So, yeah, no, it doesn't crackle. Have anything with Bluetooth switched on? No. Got all that turned off. So we'll keep on it. We'll keep trying to work out what the problem is. So we'll see you tomorrow night. Take care. Stay safe. It's really interesting, Nikki. I've got this whole list of things that I've been crossing things off as I've been going through them, and we did other recording. We've done recording tests, like we were recorded. Tuesdays. Why don't you try Tuesday? I'll wait and see what Cheryl says. Tuesday night, maybe. I've got an unboxing I think I'm going to have to do tomorrow. So, we'll see how that goes. But that's at work too. So, yeah. Saturday was fine. We did all those tests on Saturday and it worked really well. Maybe try a Tuesday class at the shop. I could try a Tuesday class at the shop, Cheryl. Yep. It's never done it on a Tuesday morning before. So whatever it is, it's new. It's a new thing that's just happening. So yeah. I might try at the shop next week. We'll see how that goes. That'll be interesting. Why not? If I get video bombed. Yeah. Okay, so take care, stay safe, once again, saying it again, and we will see you tomorrow night or in unboxings in the meantime before then. So see you then. Thank you very much for persevering today. Really, truly appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.